welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the T's in my lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay. All right. Hopefully that last break session was a productive one for you. For me, kind of. I'm working on some stuff and things are kind of getting in the way, but we're getting there. We'll make it work. All right. So for this break session, I want to talk about someone put together these two ideas that we spoke about previously, put them together, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I figured we'd take a look at the individual parts and then the part where the person kind of combined them. All right, so let me share my screen here. I'll post a link to all the different blog posts that we're going to be talking about. But so first, we spoke about scroll-driven animations, right? Which is a pretty cool thing. Let me get the link here. All right, and save that. And so basically, this is learn how to work with scroll timelines and view timelines to create scroll-driven animations in a declarative way. So again, without like JavaScript or anything, it's pretty cool. And you can see it's kind of getting there, right? So at some point. But then here's like some examples. So let's see here. So like you're scrolling on this. You see the bar up here changes. All right, cool. And then we have this other one here. Like the image will fade in and get large as it scrolls up. So these are kind of things. So it's pretty dope. All right. And again, you just have all these things here. We also spoke about carousels, which is like a newer thing with CSS. And let me post a link to this. All right. Let me save this link. All right. So we've spoken about this. So you can kind of see in this example here, these are carousels, all with CSS and HTML. No JavaScript at all. Great. Now, this person here over at CSS Tricks, let me add this link here. So now this person was like, hey, what we did scroll-driven animations inside a CSS carousel. All right, so shout out to Geoff Graham. So I was reflecting on what I learned about CSS carousels recently. There's a lot they can do right out of the box, like we just saw before. And some things they don't do. So they have links to some of this other stuff. Once you define a scroll container and hide the overflow, right? So, hey, isn't there another fairly new CSS feature that works with scroll regions? Oh, yes. That's scroll-driven animations, which you took a look at. Shouldn't that mean we can trigger an animation while scrolling through the items in a CSS carousel? So taking the scroll-driven animations and applying them to each individual item in a carousel. And so as those carousels scroll in and out of view, shouldn't we be able to do animations on top of that? I'm like, oh, that's kind of amazing. So why, yes, that's exactly what it means, at least in Chrome at the time I'm playing with this. So again, you saw how the scroll-driven animations is not available in Safari yet, or and I think it's behind a flag in Firefox. All right. So yeah, so I'm in Chrome now, so I figured we'd take a look at it. And so here we go. So you notice there's no JS tab here. It's just HTML and CSS. And now we have this thing here. So there's a few ways you can scroll this. We have left and right, right? I think you can. Oh no, you can't. I thought this one you could like click and drag, but no. And then we have these scroll markers here at the bottom. All right. So all that is the CSS carousel stuff. All right. And you can kind of see it here. So we have the carousel, we got the anchor name, scroll marker group, scroll snap type, and then here we go, scroll marker group, which I think is these down here, and then scroll marker. which I think are the left and right, I believe. I think. Don't hold me to that. And then we have like on the hover stuff. So you can see there. Cool. Scroll buttons. Here are the buttons. There's a scroll button, the left and right. Yeah. So okay. So that's all. Again, all that gets you this scroll. This carousel. See it all in CSS and HTML. So then we click here, right? You see the text gets bigger and the spacing gets bigger, which is pretty cool. And then again, you can go back to here. Now, the only thing I don't like is that if you can see the page jumps up and down. And anytime you click one of these, like it wants to go to that. I'm assuming that's how it, let me see the HTML. Is there? I was going to see if there's like any like link tags or anything. I'm just trying to figure out why does it always jump? It's kind of weird. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe it's because it's like in an iframe. I'm not sure. But yeah. All right, cool. So get back to this. So yeah, so you can see the text is bigger. All right. Now, it's as straightforward as you might expect. Define your keyframes and apply them on the carousel items. So we have the keyframe, so he's calling it foo, the animation, where from 0 height, right, it goes to 100% height. And then the font size is calculated. So the width, 2 times the viewable width plus 1 EM. All right, so that's why it gets larger. Cool. And then you're doing the carousel, and then we have the animation, linear on both directions, and then animate timeline with the scroll. So you're on the scroll timeline and in line. So going left to right, I believe. All right, cool. So that's it. So on each carousel item, you're adding that thing there. And that's all you do to get that. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so it's taking, okay, yeah, so the font size so this is being calculated, so that's a set value, but it's going from the smallest, right, to the largest, which is that 2 VW plus 1 EM. That's cool. All right. Nice. Okay. Cool. Now, there are more clever ways to animate these things, of course. But what's interesting to me is that the demo now combines CSS carousels with scroll-driven animations. The only rub is that the demo also slaps CSS scroll snapping. So, like, if you want to like have it snap to the center or to the left or to the right, in there with smooth scrolling, okay, which is effectively wiped out when applying scroll animation. All right. I thought I might work around that with the view timeline instead. So you see how they have scroll here. That certainly makes for a smoother animation that is applied to each carousel item as it scrolls into view, but no dice on smooth scrolling. Oh, that felt pretty smooth to me. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, so now, okay, so this one, instead of the scroll inline, there should be a view. Where is that at? Oh yeah, so here, view. The animation is now view inline. All right. I just realized this is probably kind of small. Hold on. Let me make this larger. Yeah, so before it was the animation timeline was on the scroll. Then he tried it with the view. And let's see if that's any better. Okay. See, I'm terrible at these things. Like, let me see here. Let's take a look at this one. Huh. Yeah, the scroll doesn't seem as okay. See, this one seems to get larger. Let me see. CSS is the same. Yeah, same 2 VW. So the same thing here. Interesting. Because this one, see, like, because you see the difference bigger as far as here and the upcoming one, right? Whereas here, if I'm on item 3, you see this isn't small and this is as large. That's weird. Interesting. Yeah, because you see a lot bigger font size difference in what's showing and then what's coming up. See, that's a lot smaller. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So yeah, so the view and scroll thing really looks like it makes a difference. Okay, interesting. And that's basically it. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. I want to kind of see, like, I never thought about adding the two until I saw this. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. Let's try and figure. Oh, animation range. Yeah, it doesn't have animation range here. Interesting. I wonder why it's there and on the other one. Maybe that has something to do with the view. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out more. But yeah, no. So shouts to Geoff Graham. Pretty dope idea. And yeah, so I'm just kind of always like to see how people put stuff together. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna get y'all back to work because there's stuff I need to work on. And yeah, a lot of stuff happening. So I'm gonna send y'all off with some travel music. Again, thanks for hanging out. I will again see you around 15 minutes after the hour. We'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to music, maybe watch some videos, maybe become a fan. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, y'all. This right here is a track by Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you like 15 minutes after. Till then, I wish you much productivity. All right, again, the links to everything will be next to the recording of this video on untilit.works. All right, thanks, y'all. Y'all be easy, and catch you around. Peace. Stop. What am I doing here? There we go. All right, thanks, y'all.
I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread love like yeah. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread love like yeah. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread love like yeah. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out.